The dark down there isn't like any dark you've experienced. It's absolute, complete, suffocating. You can hold your hand an inch from your face and see nothing. Just blackness, pressing in, crushing, alive, and you crawl into it voluntarily. That's what made us crazy. We chose to go down there. I was a tunnel rat. 25th Infantry Division, Cu Chi Base Camp. Arrived in Vietnam March of 1968. 18 years old, 5'6", 120 pounds soaking wet. Perfect size for crawling through tunnels built for Vietnamese fighters who averaged 5'2". Being small saved my life and destroyed it at the same time. My name is Thomas Rivera, El Paso, Texas. My father worked construction. My mother cleaned houses. I was the youngest of 5 kids, small for my age, always the little guy. Got picked on in school, couldn't play football, couldn't do the things bigger guys did. Being small was a disadvantage, a weakness, until Vietnam, until the tunnels. Then being small made me valuable, made me special, made me a tunnel rat. The Cu Chi tunnels were massive, over 200 miles of underground passages, 3 levels deep, some passages 30 feet underground. The Viet Cong had been building them for years, since the French War. Whole villages lived down there, hospitals, weapon factories, command centers, living quarters, all underground, all connected, all dark. Our job was to go down there, clear them out, map them, destroy them, find the enemy in their own territory, in the dark, in spaces so tight you couldn't turn around, where ambush was certainty and escape was impossible. They asked for volunteers, needed guys who were small, who could fit, who weren't claustrophobic, who were crazy enough or brave enough or stupid enough to crawl into holes in the ground where armed enemies waited in the darkness. I volunteered. Don't know why. Maybe to prove something. Maybe because being small finally mattered. Maybe because I was 18 and thought I was invincible. Maybe because I didn't understand what I was volunteering for. They gave us minimal training. How to use a flashlight without getting shot. How to navigate in the dark. How to listen. How to breathe quietly. How to fight in spaces too small to swing a rifle. They gave us 45 pistols, flashlights, knives, a piece of string to mark our path back. That was it. That was the equipment we'd use to fight an enemy on their home ground, in their tunnels, in total darkness. My first time down was April of 1968. Found a tunnel entrance during a sweep operation. Small hole, hidden under vegetation. You'd never see it unless you knew what to look for. The entrance was maybe 2 feet wide, barely. The lieutenant looked at me. "Rivera, you're up." Just like that. Just go down there. Into the dark. Into the unknown. Into hell underground. I went. Because that was my job. Because I'd volunteered. Because saying no wasn't an option. I climbed down into that hole and everything changed. The person I was before died up there in the sunlight. What came back up was something different. Something damaged. Something that would never be whole again. That was my first time. I went down 63 more times after that. 63 times into the dark, into the tunnels, into hell. Each time a little more of me stayed down there. That first tunnel was tight. Had to crawl on my belly, elbows and knees pushing forward. Couldn't stand, couldn't crouch, just crawl. The earth pressed in from all sides. Above, below, left, right. No room, no space, no air. I had a flashlight in one hand, my .45 in the other. Couldn't use both at once. So I'd click the light on, quick flash, look ahead, click it off, move forward in darkness, click it on again, look, off, move, on and off and on and off. Because keeping the light on meant giving away your position, meant making yourself a target, meant dying in the dark. The air was bad, stale, hot, smelled like earth and rot and something else. Fear, maybe, death. The tunnel walls were dirt, rough, roots sticking through. You'd feel them scraping your back as you crawled. Feel the earth above you, thousands of pounds of dirt. One collapse and you're buried alive, suffocated, dead. Nobody would even find your body. I crawled for maybe 20 feet, felt like 20 miles. Every foot forward was a foot away from safety, from escape, from the light, from the world above. Every foot forward was a commitment, a choice to go deeper, to get more trapped, more vulnerable. Then I heard something. Movement. Ahead, in the darkness. Something or someone. Waiting. I froze, stopped breathing, listened, heard it again. Definitely movement. Could be rats. The tunnels were full of rats. Could be snakes. Could be VC. Could be a booby trap about to go off. I clicked my light on. Quick flash. Half a second. Saw the tunnel ahead. Empty. Nothing visible. Clicked it off. But I'd seen something. A shadow. A shape. Couldn't tell. Might have been nothing. Might have been imagination. Might have been death waiting. I kept crawling. What else could I do? Go back? Report that maybe I saw something? That I was scared? That I couldn't handle it? Number. I kept going. Into the darkness. Toward whatever was ahead. The tunnel turned. 90-degree angle. I had to navigate it blind. Feel my way around. The walls got tighter. I got stuck for a moment. Couldn't move forward. Couldn't move back. Just wedged in the turn. Trapped. Buried alive in the dark. Panic hit. Real panic. My heart was pounding. My breath was short. I was going to die here. Stuck in this turn. Unable to move. Unable to breathe. I forced myself calm. Forced myself to think. Exhaled. Made myself smaller. Pushed forward. And I got through. Got around the corner. Got moving again. 20 feet past the turn, I found a chamber. Larger space. Maybe 6 feet by 6 feet. Tall enough to crouch. After the tunnel, it felt like a cathedral. Like space. Like freedom. I swept it with my light. Empty. Abandoned. But there were signs of recent use. Sleeping mat. Rice bowl. Candles. Someone had been here, recently, maybe minutes ago. Maybe still close. Maybe watching. Maybe waiting. I marked the chamber with string. Tied it to a root. Continued on. Found 2 more chambers. Both empty. Both recently used. The VC were here. In this tunnel complex. Close. But ahead or behind. Above or below. No way to know. I went back. Crawled back through the tight tunnel. Through the turn where I'd gotten stuck. Back to the entrance. Back to the light. Back to the world. I climbed out. Covered in dirt. Shaking. Exhausted. I'd been down there maybe 30 minutes. Felt like hours. Felt like days. Find anything? The lieutenant asked. 3 chambers. Recently used. Nobody there now. They heard us coming. Abandoned it. Good work, Rivera. Mark it for demolition. That was it. That was my first tunnel. Empty, uneventful. Nobody died, nobody got hurt. Just crawled through the dark. Found nothing. Came back. But I was different. Changed. Something had happened down there in the dark. Something had broken or twisted or transformed. I'd gone into a space no human should enter. Done something no human should do. And it had marked me, claimed me, changed me forever. And I'd have to do it again, and again, and again, 63 more times. Not all tunnels were empty. Not all trips were uneventful. Sometimes we found them. Sometimes they found us. My 5th time down, I ran into a VC soldier, face to face, in the dark, in a tunnel too narrow to turn around in. I'd crawled maybe 40 feet. Swept a chamber, continued on. The tunnel narrowed, got tighter. I was on my belly, pushing forward with my toes, pulling with my elbows, flashlight in my mouth, pistol in my right hand. I clicked the light on. Routine check. And there he was, 10 feet ahead. VC fighter. Young, maybe younger than me. Crawling toward me. His tunnel, his territory. And I was the invader. We locked eyes. Half a second. Both frozen, both surprised, both terrified, both knowing one of us was about to die. I shot first. The .45 was deafening in the confined space. The muzzle flash blinded me. The bullet hit him. I couldn't see where. Just saw him jerk. Saw him fall. Saw him disappear into darkness as my light went out from the recoil. I waited. Couldn't hear. Ears ringing from the gunshot. Couldn't see. Blind in the dark. Couldn't move. Too narrow. Trapped. If he was still alive. If he was still armed. I was dead. Nothing I could do. Nowhere to go. I waited. Seconds felt like hours. Finally clicked my light back on. He was there, 5 feet ahead, dead. Bullet through the face, eyes still open, still staring. Blood pooling under him, filling the tunnel. Nowhere for it to go. Just pooling, spreading, toward me. I had to crawl over him, no way around, no room to go back. Had to complete the mission, map the tunnel. So I crawled forward, over his body, through his blood, felt it soaking through my uniform, warm, wet, sticky, smelled like copper and death and the earth. I crawled past him, continued the tunnel, found it connected to another chamber, marked it, then crawled back, over his body again, back through his blood, back to the entrance, back to the light. I climbed out, covered in dirt and blood. The other guys looked at me, saw the blood, knew what it meant, knew I'd found someone, knew I'd killed someone. Nobody said anything, just looked, then looked away. That's what tunnel rat work was. Close quarters, face to face, killing in the dark, in spaces too small to miss, too small to escape, too small to be human. I went down 63 times, killed 3 VC in the tunnels, face to face, in the dark. So close I could smell them, could see their eyes, could watch them die. But the killing wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the other things, the booby traps, the scorpions, the centipedes, the rats, the darkness, the suffocating spaces, the constant fear, the knowledge that any tunnel could be your tomb, could be where you died, trapped, buried, forgotten. One tunnel rat in our unit triggered a booby trap, grenade, killed him instantly, but the explosion collapsed the tunnel, buried him. We never recovered the body, just left him there, in the dark, in the earth, forever. That could have been me, should have been me, statistically, randomly. We lost 30% of tunnel rats, KIA or too damaged to continue. I was lucky, or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. I survived, made it through my tour, got to go home, got to live, got to escape the tunnels. Except I never escaped, never really left. Part of me is still down there, in the dark, crawling through tight spaces, waiting for the VC soldier I'll meet face to face, waiting for the booby trap that will collapse the tunnel, waiting to be buried alive in the earth, forever. The tunnels got in your head, changed how you thought, how you saw the world, how you existed. Above ground you'd be different. The other soldiers noticed. Tunnel rats were weird, quiet, jumpy. We'd freak out in enclosed spaces, freak out in crowds, freak out when the lights went out. We'd sleep with lights on, sleep outside instead of in bunkers, sleep with weapons close, always ready, always alert, always expecting the ambush in the dark. We were volunteers, but we were also victims, victims of our own size, our own bodies, born small, perfect for tunnels, perfect for crawling into hell, perfect for jobs nobody else could do, nobody else wanted to do. The brass loved us, valued us. We were special, elite, the only ones who could do this work. They'd praise us, thank us, tell us we were heroes, then send us back down, into the dark, into the tunnels, into the earth. I went down 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes more during operations. Each time was Russian roulette. Each time could be the one, the tunnel that collapsed, the VC that was faster, the booby trap you didn't see, the spider bite that killed you, the bad air that suffocated you. But you kept going, because that was your job, because men depended on you, because the tunnels were everywhere, under our base, under our positions, under everything. The VC could pop up anywhere, attack from below, disappear back into the earth. We had to clear them, map them, destroy them, had to go into their world and fight them there. Some tunnel rats broke, just couldn't do it anymore, refused to go down, got transferred, got labeled cowards. But they were smart, smarter than those of us who kept going, who kept volunteering, who kept crawling into hell because someone had to, because we were small, because we could fit, because that made it our job. I found documents down there once. VC maps, plans, intelligence. Got a commendation, got praised, got told I'd done good work, then got sent back down the next week, and the week after, and the week after. No rest, no break. Just keep going until you die or break or finish your tour. The tunnels connected everything, miles and miles underground. You could crawl for hours, get completely lost. The string you tied to mark your path could break, could get moved, could lead you wrong. You could end up trapped, lost in the maze, in the dark, forever. That almost happened to me. Went down a complex near Cu Chi Base, crawled for maybe 2 hours, mapping, exploring, got turned around, couldn't find the string, couldn't find the way back, just darkness and tunnels and panic. I sat there in the dark, trying to calm down, trying to think, trying to remember the way, the turns, the chambers, the path. My light was dying, battery low. Soon I'd be in total darkness, lost, buried, dead. I prayed. First time since I was a kid. Just prayed. Please, please get me out. Please don't let me die down here. I found the string. Eventually, by feel, in the darkness. Followed it back. Crawled for an hour. Made it to the entrance. Made it to the light. I collapsed. Just lay there, shaking, crying, broken. Thought I'd die down there. Thought I'd be buried forever. Thought I'd never see the sun again. They sent me back down 3 days later. My breaking point came in November of 1968, 8 months into my tour, my 47th tunnel. We'd found a major complex, multiple entrances, deep, extensive. The brass wanted it mapped and cleared, wanted to know the full extent, how deep it went, how many chambers, what was down there. My job, my specialty, my curse. I went down with another tunnel rat, Martinez from California. Good guy. Experienced. We'd go together. Split up inside, cover more ground, meet back at the entrance. Standard procedure. Except nothing about tunnel rat work was standard. Every tunnel was different. Every trip was unique. Every descent was suicide. We split up at the first junction. He went left, I went right, deeper into the complex. The tunnel got tighter, narrower, worse than usual. I could barely move, could barely breathe. The earth was crushing in. The darkness was absolute. The fear was overwhelming. I should have turned back, should have said this tunnel was too tight, too dangerous. Should have refused. But I didn't. I kept going, because that's what tunnel rats did. We kept going, into impossible spaces, into certain danger, into hell. I got stuck, really stuck. Not like before where I could work myself free. Stuck, wedged, trapped, my shoulders too wide, my chest pressed against dirt, my back against the tunnel ceiling. Couldn't move forward, couldn't move back, couldn't breathe properly. Just stuck, buried alive, in the dark. I panicked, really panicked. Started hyperventilating, started thrashing, trying to force myself free. But that just made it worse, made me more stuck, made the tunnel feel tighter, made the earth press harder. I was going to die here, stuck in a tunnel, alone, in the dark, suffocating. The earth would be my tomb, forever. Nobody would find me. Nobody could reach me. I'd just die, here, now, trapped. I screamed, couldn't help it, just screamed, in the dark, in the tight space, screamed until my throat was raw, until I had no breath left, until I was just gasping, sobbing, broken. Martinez heard me, came back, found me, talked me down, told me to breathe, to calm down, to exhale, to make myself small. He couldn't reach me, couldn't pull me, but he could talk, could guide, could help. I got free. Eventually. Don't know how. Don't remember. Just remember crawling back. Through the tunnel. Back to the entrance. Back to the light. Climbing out. Collapsing. Crying. Shaking. Unable to stop. They sent me to the medic. He gave me something. Calmed me down. Asked if I was okay. If I could continue. I said yes. Said I was fine. Said I just needed a minute. I was lying. I wasn't fine. Wasn't okay. Was completely broken. Destroyed. Used up. But I said I was fine. Because that's what you do. You lie. You pretend. You keep going. Until you can't. I went down 16 more times after that. Kept going. Kept doing my job. But I was different. More damaged. More broken. More gone. The person I'd been was stuck in that tunnel. Suffocating in the dark. Forever. 7 years now. 7 years since Vietnam. Since the tunnels. Since Cu Chi. Since I crawled into the earth for the last time. I'm 25 years old, live in El Paso, live with my parents, can't hold down work, can't maintain relationships, can't function. Not really, just exist, just survive, day by day, hour by hour. I can't be in small spaces. Elevators, closets, cars, anywhere enclosed. The panic hits immediately. Overwhelming, crushing. Can't breathe, can't think. Just panic. Pure terror. The walls closing in, the earth crushing down, being trapped, being buried, being stuck. I sleep with all the lights on. Can't handle darkness. Can't handle silence. Need light. Need sound. Need to know where I am. Need to know I'm not in the tunnel, not in the earth, not buried alive. I don't go in basements, don't go underground, don't go anywhere below street level, subways, parking garages, anywhere underground. Can't do it. The thought alone triggers panic attacks, flashbacks, terror. I see therapists, VA doctors. They talk about PTSD, about trauma, about flashbacks and triggers and coping mechanisms. They give me pills, breathing exercises, techniques to manage the anxiety, the fear, the horror. Nothing works. Nothing helps. Because you can't undo what happened. Can't uncrawl those tunnels. Can't unsee what I saw. Can't unfeel what I felt. Can't unbe what I became. I was a tunnel rat, volunteered, went into hell willingly, 63 times, 63 descents into darkness, into earth, into spaces no human should enter. Did things no human should do, saw things no human should see, and now I carry it. Forever. The memory, the trauma, the fear, the knowledge of what it's like to be buried alive, to be trapped, to be suffocated by earth, to be alone in absolute darkness with death waiting, always waiting. My family tries to understand. Can't. How could they? How could anyone who wasn't there understand what it was like? What we did? What it cost? They see me. See I'm damaged. See I'm broken. But they don't see the tunnels. Don't see the darkness. Don't see what I see every time I close my eyes. Sometimes I think about the VC soldier I killed. Face to face. In the dark. So close I could smell him. Could see his eyes. Young. Like me. Small. Like me. Just another tunnel rat. On the other side. Defending his tunnels. His home. His country. I killed him. Shot him in the face, crawled over his body, through his blood, and kept going, because that was my job, because someone had to, because I was small enough, because I volunteered, because I was stupid enough to think I could do it and come back whole, come back human, come back alive. I came back, survived, made it through, got to go home, got to live. But I left something in those tunnels, something essential, something human, something that made me whole. Left it in the dark, in the earth, in the tight spaces where I crawled and killed and nearly died. I was a tunnel rat, but I never came home. None of us did.